there for the Windsor Wolves. Daniel Mortimer. It's good to see a bit of kick pressure. Mortimer's had a bit of time on his hands to look and see where he wants to place these kicks, and it's great to see Windsor up in his face, putting a bit of pressure on.
Jamie Theohoris. He thought he was away, Drury.
Yeah, look, you spoke about the spark that Windsor need. Jamie Theohoris, been very impressed with him. I think he's playing hooker out there at the moment. He was the one that charged that down. He was the one that put the hit on Mortimer earlier, and I think Theohoris might be that spark you were talking about.
Fatiaki is tackled by Matt Ryan and Benson Tupou. Tupou's had a high rate of involvement since he entered the game a short time ago. Yolene Gordon out of acting half. That's a fair effort, about a 12-metre gain.
I think you find Daniel Mortimer down in back play there. I think he may have come in a bit of a head contact with Gordon's hip. He's not looking too good on the ground, looking quite groggy. He showed just before the tackle before that, he showed some great defence up in and shut the play down, but then gets out of mark, and I believe he sort of knocks his head on Gordon's hip.
Got his head behind the player who's tackling too, which is the way the textbook was written. So he's going to have a shiner. You can see just to the left of his eye, or to the left of his left eye. Got some swelling there already. But he's tough and back on his feet. Everett Varausi, meanwhile, goes forward. Danny Howard and Manu Kafoa clinging to him. Can Windsor get across the line, please? Here's some ball movement now. This is Mate. And Mate well tackled over there by Carl Faliga, I believe it was.
Where it is. Wait for me.
And that's the changeover on the last tackle.
Play it now.
Yeah, I thought Windsor might have looked to get a repeat set there and maybe put a little grubber through with a bit of kick chase and maybe chance the hand with a kick. But not to be. They went through the hands and unfortunately didn't really come up with a high-end sort of play there with their last tackle.
And that's been their problem all day. And what you just said is exactly right, and I'm sure Guy Missio, their coach, agrees with you.
I still feel, though, Windsor are putting an effort in here, and they are lifting. I don't think we've seen the end of them yet.
All right, some good ball movement here from the Magpies. Out to Big O'Hanlon, tall, rangy player in jumper 17. Plays it back to Chris Walker. Now from Fluke to Manu Kafoa. Manis steps off his right and charges into heavy traffic, confronted by Junior Paulo and two others. A slowish play the ball. Matt Hunt back onto the field for Wentworthville. Here's Chris Walker. And a kick over the top. Not a bad one. It's well weighted. Oh, chance for the Magpies. Will this be a try? You'd think it will be. Troy Savage has got his hands on it, and the referee confirms it. Were Windsor lacking in urgency there, or what?
Well, Walker goes to the line with a well-placed kick, and he puts it in between the winger and the fullback of Windsor, and that's something that you don't want to do, is let the football bounce. And Etu repays the favour by putting it on the toe for his centre on the inside there, and Troy Savage with speed to burn comes across and dives over for another 4-pointer.
Yeah, in that chase, McConkey Tayausa, the winger for Windsor, basically gave up the ghost because he saw his fullback coming across, who wasn't able to gather it in, and we saw the rest. Wentworthville another try, 30 blot here, and Humble having plenty of kicking practice this afternoon as a result of all these attempted conversions, and that one is radar, like straight over the black dot. 32-0 Drury Forbes.
Oh, the cheerleaders are excited, Tappy, as you can see. And I thought perhaps Kieran Croft could have attacked the football a little more, but it was an extremely unlucky bounce, and the Magpies were there to capitalise. Looks like they've just restructured slightly. Wentworthville. Aaron Fluke appears to be playing in the halves with Matt Hunt back on the field at hooker.
So Wentworthville coach Brett Cook would be very much enjoying his work this afternoon. Here's Manu Kafoa coming back again. Tackled in the shadows on the western side of this ground. Savage. He's been good, Savage. Now Hunt. Away to O'Hanlon. And O'Hanlon tries to stand his ground. He'll be told to play it without being dropped to the turf. Theoharis was doing everything he could to put him down. Now we see Humble to Chris Walker. Walker into space. Lovely work. Inside ball to Matt Ryan. Well, hasn't Chris Walker increased his involvement rate in the last 10 minutes? That's what we expected to see from the former Origin star.
Yes, he's got all the skills that the game requires, and just inject himself with a good kick for the try back then, and then puts Matt Ryan into a gap.
So Aaron Fluke at first receiver. A kick over the top. Chris Walker on the fly. And Chris makes the tackle on Kieran Croft.
Oh, good.
A little special mention to Tom Humble. I think he's having a great game out there today. He's really directing the team round well, and he's set up a couple of tries. He's having a great game.
He's been good this season, Humble.
That's right.
In a couple of different positions too.
Well, just to jump in, David, I think Humble could even be playing halfback. It looks like Mortimer's left the field.
Righto. Thank you for that, Drury. An update from the sideline. So we're assuming Mortimer's been replaced because of that head knock he endured about 5 minutes ago. Here's Joseph Paulo for Windsor, back towards the centre. A wall of black and white defence was there. Benson Tupou and also Pat O'Hanlon. Windsor yet to open their scoring for the afternoon. Chris Hicks allows his ball to bounce into the upright. And back he comes, about 12 out from Wentworthville's line. He's confronted by Joseph Paulo and Dwan Poaneki. Uasale.
Stand up.
Scrambling effort out of acting half. Humble aims Matty Ryan's attack down the short side. Ryan thought about an offload to Matt Hunt, but happy to take the tackle in the end of Junior Paulo. And that hurt him too. He's clutching in his right hand. Now Danny Howard to his feet. Fluke dummy to the inside, went the outside with O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon's had plenty of touches since he came into the game, the man wearing 17 for Wentworthville. There's a nice kick and goes into touch a metre out from the Windsor try line. So Wentworthville absolutely controlling this game in every aspect of it, Lee.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a beautifully placed kick there from Matt Hunt. Just trickles over the sideline a few metres out from the corner post there, and they're just slowing the game down. Wentworthville there, completely in control.
Comments from former Balmain right Eastwood skipper Lee Bennett, filling in for Peter Mulholland over the next couple of weeks on our coverage. Rugby League very much the central focus, with Origin 3 looming. Is it the game of the century, Lee?
Well, it's certainly shaping up to be the game of the century. I was up there for the first game at Suncorp, and the Queenslanders are quite passionate about the state of origin, and so the Blues don't have an easy task on their hands going up there for the third one.
Yeah, I was there too. And I'm heading up again next Wednesday night. Quite passionate. That's the understatement of the century.
Very
it's more
passionate.
important than life itself for the Queenslanders. Here's the kick into touch on the eastern side of the ground. Chris Walker just lets it cross the white line. And another look at that. It was Harry Syker controlling things for Windsor. And a nice little kick. Wentworthville will get the scrum feed though. Let's go down to Drury.
Yeah, just wanted to quickly ask Lee Bennett a question. Matt Ryan, been with the Magpies now for a few weeks. I saw you talking to him earlier. How's he settling in?
Yeah, he said he's settling in quite well. He likes the structure here at Wentworthville Magpies. He said he was sad to leave the Tigers, been there for so long, and it was quite tough starting off as the new boy, coming into a side halfway through the season. But as you can see out there today, he's had plenty of runs. He's gained plenty of metres, so it's not affecting his football in any way.
Manis Manu Kafoa downfield. 64 minutes, the match has been in progress. Here's O'Hanlon making a clear line break, and Wentworthville away again through Benson Tupou. Was tackled by Dwan Poaneki. Luckily for Windsor, Poaneki was there. Humble to the line. They're doing it in slow motion, Wentworthville. Windsor are not getting up off their line. Now we see the lock forward, Danny Howard,
Four's out.
struggling downfield. It's just too easy for Wentworthville at the present time. Manu Kafoa, he spins when he gets to the line, and that was a pass that didn't need to be thrown. Leading 32-0. 7 metres out from Windsor's line. It just was never on.
No, I think you'd want to get through your set here and just build pressure. Go through your set, put a nice little kick, get a repeat set, and wind the clock down. The guys have got plenty of Wentworthville have plenty of points on the board, so it's all a matter of controlling the game from here, finishing it off.
Bend your backs, boys.
Indeed.
Lock it in.
So Windsor breathe a sigh of relief at Ringrose Park. Ryan Walker, who's looked okay with limited opportunities with the football in space.
Good. Hold. Go.
About 15 minutes remaining in the game.
Two.
I reckon the temperature's dropped 10 degrees here in the last half hour.
That's their fine. Marcus is good.
I think he's going to drop another few degrees as soon as that sun goes down.
Thea Harris, tackle for Windsor. Dwan Powanecki, taken by his opposite number. Manu Kafoa with help from Benson Tupou. Fadiaki, and he got the pass away to Junior Paulo. That's tackle 5. Now Cody Walker kicks downfield, and Walker allows that to go into touch on the eastern side. Windsor, if I said they're lacking penetration, would that be the understatement of the decade?
Yes, definitely. And the last set where Wentworthville had the ball, I sort of questioned their defence. Windsor, they really allowed them. They weren't locking the ball up. Their scramble defence was everywhere, and they're not really dominating the ruck. I'd be looking to get numbers in the ball, lock the ball up, and try and control that ruck, win the ground.
Second row's in. Put your head in 8 this time. Bend it back. That's it. Now, Tom.
So Humble to feed this scrum. They go down the short side from Matt Hunt to Cole Faliga. He's a very strong, robust player. Gave a big don't argue to someone over there that tried to tackle him. I couldn't pick up the player. Humble inside ball to Benson Tupou, who was shaken in that tackle. Hit hard. I think it was Powanecki, first point of contact. Michael Marte also lending a hand. Fluke, a short ball to Manu Kafoa, who has a real propensity to want to offload every time he touches today, and that's a second mistake.
Definitely not needed here. I think he should have just tucked the ball under the arm and just gone for a play the ball there. Wentworthville are well in control of this game and probably just forced that pass there and caught Matt Hunt not